Good, happy Thursday morning, March 31st, 2022. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, Chris Rock doesn't directly address Oscar incident. Says he'll eventually address it. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Everyone's dying to know.
Wait, no, where are you going? Okay.
Yeah, Tom and Monica, just so much hype built up around this show. The first show is over. The second one just getting underway. You can see people are actually still filing into the Wilbur Theater at the moment for that second show that's supposed to start at 10 o'clock. There has been so much build up tonight. Everyone wanted to know, would Chris Rock address the Oscars slap? Well, turns out he did, kind of, in a way. This was Rock's arrival at the Wilbur Theater this afternoon ahead of a sold-out show, his first since he was slapped by Will Smith on Sunday night. Phones were not allowed inside the show, but according to an ABC News producer who was there, Rock came out to a long-standing ovation and asked the crowd how their weekend was, then got emotional, visibly crying and wiping away tears because the audience just would not stop cheering for him. Now, he did not directly mention Will Smith, but apparently said he had a whole show prepared and would get to addressing the incident at the Oscars eventually. People who were in the crowd said it was a typical show from that point forward.
He said he was still processing, and you got to respect that. You got to give the man time to process. Absolutely.
But so it was funny, the show went on?
Yeah. Hilarious. Yes. Chris Rock's a stitch. Hilarious. It's a great entertainer. Absolutely.
I wish he said something. He didn't say enough, but at the end of the day, I'm a Chris Rock guy, and I ride with Chris Rock all day. It's not his fault. He got nothing to say. If he wants to talk about it, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
I mean, I can see why there's so much hype. Like, he's the most talked about celebrity right now, like along with Will Smith. But I think as the show went on, you kind of forgot about it.
So after tonight, Chris Rock has 4 more shows here in Boston through Friday. They are all sold out. Reporting live in Boston, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Chris Rock says he will address Oscar slap eventually. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So Jessica Brown of our sister station WCVB was inside the Wilbur Theater. She's live in Boston right now. And I guess for the first time, Chris Rock referenced what happened Sunday, but did he get into it enough, I guess, is the real question there, Jessica.
You know what? He said what... he gave a little bit. I mean, he said he's still processing, which is understandable. It just happened a few days ago. The infamous slap kind of heard around the world, right? And he said he's really going to address it eventually. And he said he's going to be serious and it'll be funny and it will be addressed. But that's as far as he took it there. He went on with the show after that and really received the love from the fans that were there to really support him, it felt like, during this time, his first show since that incident.
Jessica, we saw lines going for blocks, for hours, sold-out crowd. What was the atmosphere like inside the theater tonight?
A lot of excitement, Monica. I'll tell you what, there were a lot of people in there, sold-out crowds, and they were excited to be in the cold, in the wind, wrapped around the building, excited to see what Chris Rock was going to say after that big moment, and just wanted to see Chris Rock as a fan in itself. And inside, I will say, Chris Rock got 3 standing ovations throughout the night. 2 at the beginning of the show, and then 1 inadvertent applause, and then at the end, another standing ovation. I think Chris Rock wasn't prepared for all of that. He even got misty-eyed himself, getting all of the love. I think that's what fans were really there to do, is give Chris Rock love after kind of a wild incident that happened just a few days ago.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of days for him, I'm sure. I guess the fans at the bottom line is they love the show, though, huh?
I think they did. Folks were still laughing when we left. We talked to one fan as we were leaving and saying, you know, did you want more? What did you think? And he said, you know what? We wish he said maybe a little bit more, but we loved the show, and I love that he took the high road. And I feel like that's kind of majority of the sentiment that we saw tonight here at the show, and more folks are right now watching him as we speak for his second show tonight. He'll be here through Friday.
And we'll see what he has to say when he eventually addresses what happened at the Oscars. But for now, Jessica, thank you so much for keeping us up to date on what happened tonight at his first show since. Thank you.
Hey, it's Taco Tuesday.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Teen woman recovering after spending 3 months in a coma. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Staff at Cheshire Medical Center in Keene line the hallways with cheers and applause as Paula DiBenedetto continues her road to recovery. It's a moment doctors thought would never happen. Paula's boyfriend took her to the hospital in early November.
I don't remember any of this. He's the one who told me. Then I woke up, walked out into the living room, and he said, "You were gray." He said, "You look like a dead body walking." And he grabbed me, threw me in the car, and took me to Cheshire Medical.
Paula was sent to the ICU, where she was intubated and spent 3 months in a coma.
When we first started working with Paula in the ICU, she showed no volitional effort of anything in any functional capacity. So sitting her up at the edge of the bed took 4 of us just to control all aspects of her mobility and to keep her safe.
They really thought I was dead. They said I had like a 0.01% of surviving.
Even after waking from that coma, Paula still had a series of hurdles to get over. She had to relearn everything from walking to bathing, everyday life skills.
There were days I felt like I was never going to make it out of there.
But last Friday, Paula made it out. She credits her family and Cheshire Medical Center for getting her there.
I hope that somebody sees this and realizes there is hope through this virus, that you can fight through it. So not to give up on anyone.
To see someone come back from the brink so well, and to walk out of here is, I think everybody needed this as much as you did, Paula.
Really just a great sight to see. Now, Paula says she still has more therapy ahead of her, but she also says she's just happy to be back home with family. Reporting live tonight, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Federal investigation into Hunter Biden's tax affairs. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The federal investigation into Hunter Biden's tax affairs reportedly intensifying tonight. Sources say witnesses have been testifying before a grand jury about the president's son and his business dealings in Ukraine and elsewhere. Here's ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, reports that the Justice Department's investigation into the tax affairs of President Biden's son, Hunter, is intensifying. Sources telling ABC News that in recent weeks, a grand jury in Wilmington has heard from a parade of witnesses about payments Hunter Biden received while on the board of the Ukrainian gas company, Burisma, and also about how he paid his taxes in recent years. Biden served on the Burisma board when his father was vice president, something he's admitted was a mistake.
Did I make a mistake? Well, maybe in the grand scheme of things, yeah. But did I make a mistake based upon some unethical lapse? Absolutely not.
Federal prosecutors are also looking into how Hunter Biden reported money from business deals in China.
This hearing will come to order.
In his confirmation hearing, Attorney General Merrick Garland vowing to be independent.
The president made abundantly clear in every public statement before and after my nomination that decisions about investigations and prosecutions will be left to the Justice Department.
This investigation, which has been underway since 2018, appears far from over. Sources familiar with the case say no final decision has been made about whether or not to bring charges. Whit.
All right, Pierre, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.